We got to get into the CM Punk stuff.
Yes.
Can we get him on the show today? He's done our show. You're working on it, Sam?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility?
I mean, there's a possibility, but I've been trying to contact people since last night.
Oh, really? And no one called you back?
Apparently he's in New York.
So he could stop by.
He said
we could be part of this story.
He tweeted. All I know is what he tweeted. He tweeted late last night, early this morning, that he took a plane to New York City.
Oh, really?
After the SmackDown taping. So
where was the SmackDown taping?
I don't know, but the pay-per-view I think was in like Milwaukee or something. So
yeah, we got a situation here. CM Punk put a video out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That thing fucking took off. Holy
it was amazing.
Shit.
How many people saw it?
I don't know.
When I looked, it was 100,000 within like 2 hours. Not even 2 hours.
But it also got reposted and reposted.
Yeah, I know. It's everywhere.
Like
this version is up to 326,000. It's not even 24 hours old.
But then TMZ took it, and then YouTube took it, and so it's all over.
It's well over 1 million views.
It's not even 12 hours old.
Yeah. Yeah, it was late yesterday.
Yeah, he posted it at like 7:30 or something.
Yeah, because Chris Brown's response, because he has 8 million Twitter followers.
Right.
Yeah.
And
well, we'll get into it next. But he pretty much bitch slapped Chris Brown on this one, huh?
Yeah, and his argument is kind of hard to combat.
We'll explain next because it started with them going back and forth on Twitter, and then CM Punk made this video, right?
Right.
That's where we're at. All right. CM Punk, Sam. It's all about Sam today, I guess. What?
It's all about you.
CM Punk having a little thing with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Chris Brown and Rihanna are fucking mind-fucking everybody by appearing on each other's latest song.
Yeah, they're remixing.
They're remixing their latest songs, and they're a part of that. And Chris Brown wished Rihanna happy birthday the other day on Twitter, and she retweeted that and wrote thanks. Rumors that they're probably getting back together, and that has everyone really pissed off.
Yeah.
Why does Chris Brown have so many followers on Twitter when he has so many people that hate him as well?
Well, he's got Team Breezy, and they love him.
Here's the thing, and this is the way it is, and people will disagree with this. Black people or black community is more forgiving about domestic violence in general than white. And I mean publicly than whites. Like, even though whites have forgiven many country singers and rock singers, look at Tommy Lee did that. You know what? Tommy Lee, look what he did to Pam Anderson.
What did he do?
He went to jail.
He beat her up?
Yes.
With his dick?
Hopefully. But I believe he hit her. Can you Google that? So I'm
I
not
don't
going to get
remember
sued.
this.
Yeah, he was in jail, and he said guys hate them. But then again, Tommy Lee was forgiven. He has a reality show. So maybe I should just kind of correct myself.
Well, there's something about this Chris Brown where people still are fucking pissed off about the whole thing. Because I don't think he ever really showed how sorry he is or anything.
Yeah, for Tommy Lee got 6 months in jail for battering his wife.
Wow.
Well, he beat up Pam Anderson.
Well, that's the difference, too. Chris Brown got no jail time. Chris Brown...
A little community service. He was picking up garbage or something on the side of the road for a while. And then he had his big chance. This is how I see it. When he went on Good Morning America, they were obviously going to ask him about it, right? Big interview. And if he was cool during that interview and was opened up and was a bit honest, I think everyone would have certainly moved on by now. But he acted like a little fucking baby, a brat, and then went back to his dressing room and whatever they set up for him and destroyed the place.
Yeah. There is something about him where he seems like a brat. But Tommy Lee was forgiven. I mean...
Well, Chris Brown is definitely, like, when it comes up, he always tries to avoid it as opposed to taking it and saying, I made a mistake, here's what I did wrong, here's why nobody should do it.
What's he talking about? Nah, but we're here today to promote
exactly.
We're here today to promote the music. And
I'm all positivity right now. I'm not really trying to...
Then speak honestly. Positivity is about being honest and carrying a message.
Right.
Saying I'm positive is shit. A positive thing is to go over it again, explain where you went wrong, what you were thinking, what you misinterpreted, what you did wrong. That's positivity. Saying I'm wrapped up in positivity is just rapper bullshit.
Yeah, he's going to have to explain himself a few more times. He's in the public eye. We've all seen the pictures of Rihanna's face, and now we've seen or read the police report that gave more details on the whole incident. It was a brutal fucking day for Rihanna.
Yeah,
and he's still going out of his way to take like
sexy
pictures and to do things that would specifically get women attracted to him. And it's like you don't want to see a guy who kicked the shit out of a girl trying to get other girls to be attracted to him. You know what I mean?
So where does CM Punk come into this whole mess?
So it just started like late last week, I think, with a random tweet from CM Punk. It was probably coming off the Grammys or whatever. And Punk wrote, I would like Chris Brown to fight someone that can defend themselves. Me curb stomping that turd would be a WrestleMania moment. And it's just, I don't know, it's just an observation.
Why a WrestleMania moment?
I guess because WrestleMania is happening right now, and so that people.
Yeah, but if he appeared at WrestleMania, everyone would know it was fake. This isn't a work, right, Sam?
No, I mean CM Punk already has a match for WrestleMania.
Right.
It's not a work.
Well, I'm just surprised.
Right.
I'm surprised he just wrote a WrestleMania moment
Well,
when he was going with a real tweet there.
Because he's still talking to wrestling fans, and so that's still going to be there, I think.
All right, fair enough.
And
so then what did Chris Brown write?
Chris Brown.
And by the way, plus making it at WrestleMania takes any threat out of it.
Right.
Meaning it's not a threat when you say, I want to curb stomp him. Saying it would make a great event at WrestleMania means it'd be a fun event to do.
Yeah, he's joking, but you know.
But he's not.
So he protected himself a little bit with that tweet.
So then
that means he's pretty smart.
Chris Brown wrote, CM Punk needs more followers. He's such a leader. Not to mention the roids he's on has made it utterly impossible for him to pleasure a woman. He deleted that tweet, but that's what.
Yeah, because he would have got his ass sued.
So he wrote that.
That's libel shit right there.
Yeah.
And then he wrote, positivity regardless of how you feel.
Ugh, stop with the positivity. It's annoying.
CM Punk, contact my assistant and I'll have him send you an autographed pic for my biggest fan. A little obnoxious, you know.
Yeah, but again.
Yeah, but why don't you stick with your steroid tweet if you're a brave man?
Right, he deleted that one.
He deleted it immediately because his people said, well, you could get your ass sued for saying that.
Chris Brown he's a talented guy, and he comes off like a spoiled little boy. Like he does come off like a kid or a brat.
He's young too, right?
Yeah, he's young. He's younger than I am.
You're 30. He's not exactly 23.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he's in his mid-20s. He's not like a kid.
Oh, okay. But when he came up, he
started before his voice
20,
changed.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So then that led to the video that CM Punk put out yesterday that everyone is talking about.
Like last night, Punk just went on Twitter and just wrote, "This must be said."
Right.
And put out this video out of nowhere.
Right. And then it's just done.
He put it out
views.
and there was probably some strategy in it because SmackDown was live last night, which it usually isn't, and he put it out like 45 minutes before SmackDown came on.
Well, we had CM Punk on the show. I liked him a lot.
Yeah,
he knows how to market himself. He's a smart dude,
and he's a for real dude too.
And he's for real, and he likes to kind of swim against the current there.
Yeah,
even within the WWE, right?
He's not afraid to get people upset with him.
Like he's making some shit up right in front of Vince's face, right?
Yeah, he's one of the few guys that goes out and.
Not many people are allowed to do that.
No, people follow scripts pretty closely.
But Vince is allowing it because it's working.
Because it's good, yeah.
I gotcha. Okay, so here's the audio of the video that is pretty much everywhere. He looks like he's just backstage at SmackDown, was it?
Yeah, he was at SmackDown, and this is obviously
how many
in a
views
locker
is
room.
his version up to?
I'll probably have to reload this, but
don't worry about it. It's doing
hundreds of thousands. But I mean, and then TMZ reposted it. And, right. Yeah, this says 300,000, but it's more than that.
All right, here's CM Punk from yesterday. You want to start at the same time so I can watch that? All right, hit it.
I never intended to include Chris Brown's name in one of my tweets to start some sort of a controversy or to gain publicity or anything like that. And now that he's thrown accusations my way about using steroids, I feel the need to reply. So please allow me to retort. I'm a lifelong, proud, drug-free, straight-edge individual. So Chris and I come from two completely different worlds. I don't have a manager, I don't have a bodyguard, I don't need a bodyguard, I don't have an assistant, I have no need for a PR team to tell me what to tweet or when to delete tweets. And I don't hit women. See, period. You don't hit women. In my world, women are to be revered and respected. And I firmly believe that in this life there are consequences and repercussions for people's actions. And I don't think Chris is paid for what he's done. Picking up trash on the side of a highway does not make amends for repeatedly striking a woman in her face and sending her to a hospital. So Chris wants to throw stones my way now, and I say, that's fine, but put some gloves on and get in the ring. And I will choke you out, and I will make you feel as weak and as powerless and scared and alone is any woman who has had the misfortune of knowing a sad, cowardly little boy such as yourself. And all proceeds can go to a women's shelter of my choosing. If you want to pick up more trash on the side of the highway to make some amends, you should donate some more time. Maybe tell kids that exactly what you did isn't right. But I'm also a realist, and I know that none of these things will happen because Chris Brown isn't a man. And that's fine. I just know that someday, somewhere, somehow, somebody will put Chris Brown exactly where he belongs, and it honestly doesn't have to be me. I would just really like it to be.
Wow.
Smart, too.
Wow, he
Really,
killed him.
really smart guy because
I love his delivery, too, because that would be easy to kind of raise your voice and stuff.
Well, it's what he said when he was in here, too, about wrestling promos, that if you just talk,
Right.
people will all of a sudden, like, listen. Like,
Right.
holy shit, what's this guy
Is that
saying?
how he does his promos?
A lot of times.
He doesn't really hype it up with the
Yeah.
voice and stuff? Yeah, he killed him there. He killed him.
Yeah. And he could beat the shit out of him.
of course he could.
What is Chris Brown going to do now?
Well, he tweeted all night back at CM Punk. He didn't send a video or anything, but he was tweeting.
What does that do?
Yeah, he said it was a cute video. What did he write back?
He wrote, the video you just posted was cute. It's so funny how defensive you are. Then-
Defensive? What is he talking?
It's a terrible response.
He's just a baby. Chris Brown is a baby.
He really has terrible comebacks. What else?
And then he wrote, and the fact that I really don't know who you are and could give a shit is the funny part.
Exclamation point.
You know who he is.
Of course he does. I really hope this 15 minutes of fame is paying you for the long run because music lasts forever. Wrestlers come and go according to ratings.
Right. And music guys come and go according to sales. And
Holy
Chris
shit.
Brown, again, he has more fans. He's bigger than CM Punk. But the reality is CM Punk is not exactly a nobody. Isn't he like one of the champions? Is he
He's a WWE champion.
He's a WWE champion.
Yeah, that world's pretty
He has
big.
a fan base.
Right.
And he has a fan
Worldwide
base that's worldwide.
Yeah.
And he really could smack you like a woman if
Right.
he
Yeah.
wanted to.
Oh, he could kill him. And then he wrote,
And your bodyguards. Any one of your bodyguards, he would smash.
yeah. Chris Brown wrote, I miss the real wrestlers. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bret the Hitman Hart, spelled wrong. Coco Beware, spelled wrong. Rowdy Roddy Piper, hashtag not no punks. Which, by the way, the WWE was touting. They were just jizzing all over themselves at this whole Twitter war because they love internet publicity. And so while SmackDown was on last night, they were making a big deal during Punk's match about saying hashtag not no punks was the #1 hashtag in the world.
What does that mean, not no punks?
He's saying, I don't want, I like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bret Hart, Coco Beware, not no punks.
He's calling CM a punk, but he's also his name is Punk.
Yeah.
I got you.
But it's amazing that a guy who beat his girlfriend up is literally calling a guy who could flatten him without even a closed fist. It's like, come on, man. No one, even are Chris Brown's fans not thinking he's kind of a douche for this?
I don't get Chris Brown's fans.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth. They're just like
they're a
blindly
weird bunch.
loyal.
They're a weird bunch. But I mean, Chris Brown's a punk for fucking beating the shit out of Rihanna while he's driving a car. That's more of a punk move, isn't it? Of course.
Somebody asked,
So why would he even go there? I would leave the punk part out of it.
didn't CM Punk start with Chris Brown first, though? And Chris Brown wrote, they need ratings, bruh. I'm generous.
All right, whatever. Fucking guy's delusional.
And then he wrote, today will be the last day I bring CM Punk existence up.
Of
the
course it will.
confrontations that people continuously bring my way are very amusing because honestly, that shit is too time consuming to argue with every person who has their own issues to deal with.
You know what? The video's everywhere. He's going to have to
Everywhere.
deal with this.
He has to deal with it because, again, the guy said you're not a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not a man.
Because now everyone's looking at Chris Brown like, well, are you going to prove you're a man or not?
Yeah.
And he said you had a team telling you what to tweet and delete. You don't want any part of CM Punk physically.
Nah.
No.
You want no part of this animal physically.
And CM Punk isn't a fighter. Like, he couldn't beat any actual MMA fighters, but he has
No.
trained MMA.
But he's also a guy, he's not an MMA ability fighter, but he's also a guy, any Mick Foley, any of those dudes, they are used to being struck. They're used to being thrown on
Yeah.
the ground. They're used to being fucking hit, even though you're pulling back and you... Dude, they fucking get thrown off the top rope.
Yeah.
These are guys that are fucking animals, man. They're really physically very, very tough dudes.
So what's going to happen with this? Sam?
Nothing. It'll go away because Chris Brown is a much bigger guy on Twitter. But things like this CM Punk thing are going to follow him for years, and it's annoying to be spoken to like that.
Right.
Nobody wants to be talked to like that.
This Chris Brown will explode. There will be something.
Yeah.
that happens
I think
to this
something
guy.
else will happen.
Absolutely will. Because he can't take it. It's just building up inside. And
He should have ignored the CM Punk thing. Because again,
Oh, yeah.
he has 8 million Twitter followers.
And you also have to recognize too that like CM Punk is not as big as Chris Brown, but the WWE as a brand is as big as Chris Brown.
Absolutely
so
bigger, yeah.
The fact that WWE is going with this hard means that every wrestling fan is going to be against Chris Brown.
every
They're
wrestling
all going to
fan
be tweeting him.
is tweeting
all
this
of them
shit today.
That is true.
Like this is the front page of WWE's website.
Yeah, Chris
The
Brown.
number one thing is a big picture of CM Punk and Chris Brown.
Chris Brown's not going to be able to help himself. He's going to do something just as stupid.
And he will engage. It's
He
hard to
absolutely
not
will.
engage them. Can you check his @mentions? Most of them are probably his fans.
Nah, it gets ugly, man.
But you're right. I didn't think of that. The WWE is a massive PR machine.
Yeah.
It gets ugly.
And if they're fucking kind of pushing this as well, that's the last thing you want that's all these dumb wrestling fans.
What are some of the latest mentions for Chris Brown?
Oh, look like this chick, this big.
What
fat
about the Bill Walton? That is one of the funniest fucking Twitter accounts, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Not Bill Walton. If you guys are looking for someone to follow,
Watch CM
not
Punk.
Bill Walton is great.
Watch CM Punk put woman beater Chris Brown in his place. Throw it down, Punk, throw it down. But then you're right, this fat chick, Barbie bitch, all Chris Brown needs to do is tell them haters is, who are you to judge?
Right.
And it's like, but then again, she's a fat girl and he's a sex symbol. I kind of get that.
Go to not Bill Walton's Twitter because he had a great Rihanna tweet about hanging with the Bobcats. Could you find it really fast? It was around her birthday. Does he tweet a lot?
Yeah, he tweets.
All right,
God.
singer. Wait, I think you just had it. Where the fuck did it
right
just
here.
go? Yeah, singer Rihanna used to have the. No, that's not the one either.
It's a lot of. He tweets a lot.
Yeah, this Bill Walton needs to fucking relax. Simmer down.
Nah, he's got really funny tweets though.
Wait, hold on.
If you can find it about the Bobcats. Rihanna hangs out with the Bobcats because they don't beat anyone or something. Fuck, I don't know. Just fuck that up. Whatever. All right. So Chris Brown's gonna try to let this thing go.
He says, but it's gonna be tough. Especially because like he should have ignored it. It was so stupid to just keep coming
Can't
back.
help
at Punk.
himself.
That's right.
He's gonna act out again, and it's gonna be just as excuse me, just as ugly.
And he is big, but you're right. What he doesn't consider is the fact that if the WWE is pushing it, there are a lot
And
of wrestling fans.
You know how excited this makes wrestling fans? I was tweeting at Chris Brown last night. It's just exciting to
Because it's real shit,
Right.
Instead of that fake crap you guys deal with every day.
Well,
Yeah,
it's exciting stuff.
it sure is. Okay.
I'm about positivity. Shut
up.
Nobody wants to hear that shit.
That means you're not about positivity if you write it like that.
Like you
That
would
means
have
you're
to.
far from positive.
The answer to that would be like, why are you doing so much charitable stuff? Oh, it's because I'm about positivity. Not why won't you answer questions about beating up a woman?
Not only should he have answered questions, but this is where his PR team sucks dick, and that's where these publicists should all be fucking pushed into a vat of shit. Is you should talk people about it, talk to them, and go slow. Like you take away people's weapon when you open up about it. And if he was completely open and said, "Look, I had been drinking. It was a horrible, horrible day. I seen that shit growing up. It was a terrible thing I did. I can look back and see these punches." And like if he walked you through it and really regretted it, he takes so much of your weapon to smash him with it away.
Right.
Even if you're not sincere, but he's just a dummy who thinks people want to hear about his fucking songs.
And in America, most people would move on from that. You know, you're definitely gonna have to deal with people in general, but most people go, "All right, look, enough. He fucking explained himself, and I'm moving on with my stupid life."
And if he was smart,
Right.
he would point out the fact that other people have made similar mistakes. If he felt it got unreasonable,
Right.
he would point out that other people have made similar mistakes and moved on. Like, you can't throw Tommy Lee under the bus because that makes you look like a baby who's just talking about somebody else. But if you got to say, like, I look to guys like Tommy Lee who had his share of issues, and you know what? He's managed to move on and live a good life. Or I look to other guys in this business that have done similar things that were dumb and how they move on. There's just a way to do it if you're a good talker, and he's not.
He didn't do any of that.
None of it.
He didn't even come close to doing any of that.
He's like, yeah, and this is about positivity and about the new song.
Did he even say he made a mistake? Did he even say he fucked up?
I'm sure he has.
Yeah, he said, when it was first happening, like
Right.
when he was in court and stuff. I've learned from my mistakes.
This guy says usually agrees with us. You don't have to agree with us, by the
Let's
way.
hear what he
It's
says.
okay. He says usually agrees with you guys, but you are way off on this one. Chris
Okay.
in Brooklyn, go ahead.
Hey, you guys are way off, man. I mean, did you see when C. Breezy was on the cover of the New York Post after that Good Morning America incident?
What about it?
He's a pretty big guy, man.
Oh, yeah, he's not, dude. He's in shape. He's not like I'm not saying he's a fucking pussy.
But what are we way off on? You think Chris Brown could easily handle CM Punk if they really went at it?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, right. What'd you say, Jimmy? About?
I said I'm not saying that the guy.
I heard you.
Funny. Yeah, CM Punk would murder him. He's in shape, but he's in workout shape, but he doesn't get knocked around like a fucking professional wrestler does, man.
Chris Brown could beat me up, but not CM Punk.
Let's go to Jorge, looks like. Jorge.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
How do you spell Jorge?
Yes, it's pronounced Jorge, spelled Jorge.
WHORE-HEY.
I'm
It's what
assuming
you yell on the street.
I'm assuming it's not spelled JORJE, right?
Yeah, I've heard all the jokes, guys. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
Jimmy, I love you. I love you to death, Jimmy, but you're way off base on this whole Chris Brown thing. Well, no, not way off base. I just think you're being a bit of a hypocrite.
Why?
Because if you recall, when you had that thing going down with, Jesse Ventura, you used a lot of the same defenses Chris Brown used against CM Punk.
No, I didn't. I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, for example, you're saying, "Oh, you're bigger and stronger than me, so what? I could give a care." You know, you were saying all this.
I'll tell you why I said that. Why I said that was because, first of all, it was in the heat. It was happening live in that moment. And when we were arguing, I didn't mention that Jesse was bigger and stronger than me at all. It didn't. The only time I mentioned that is like he said something nasty and I said something nasty. He said something nasty. We kept like you're going back and forth. You're one upping each other, or you're trying to. When he touched me, when he patted me, that made it different. That made it different because he was in the room with me and he physically touched me. So for me, in order to one up it like I just was, I would have to slap him the same way. So I couldn't do that, and that's why that came out. It's totally different. Is that Chris Brown's dick? Yeah. Holy God! No wonder he's cocky. It's a little thinner than it should be, but he's packing like fucking 9.
Why is he taking pictures of his dick?
Why would? Because it's big. Why wouldn't you?
The fuck? I bet you he doesn't have to squeeze that.
No, probably not.
Urine just flows out of that thing. Why
reservoir.
did he do that?
This is a little while ago. He just sent it to a chick.
And she twittered it. Of course,
yeah.
I don't blame him though. If I had a package like that, I would definitely send it to a girl. It's a little
Probably
thinner
helped
than
him with a lot of Team Breezy.
I'm gonna fucking follow him now. So sorry, but I'm not saying the same thing at all.
Well, I just think like when you were saying, CM Punk could kick your ass, Chris Brown. Like you were actually like emphasizing the physical as opposed to the debate aspect of CM Punk versus Chris Brown.
But I mean, he made it physical. That's why we're talking in those terms.
And the reason I'm mentioning the physical is I guess
Call me Sir Jimmy, please.
The point I'm making is when I guess for Chris Brown to have, I'm talking more about the embarrassing part of a guy like Chris Brown having a guy say like, you're a punk and you're not a man. It's like once that's out there. Now I'm a comic. It's a lot different for me than it is for a guy who makes his living being sexy and he tries to have a tough image. Mm-hmm. To have another guy calling you and saying you're not a man and there's literally nothing you can do to respond that's real.
Okay, I get it. I see
the Jesse Ventura thing that day was, it was a battle of wits and intelligence. And then when Jesse felt like he couldn't hang in there anymore, that's when he got so mad and went with the whole physical thing. This situation, it started as a physical thing. CM Punk is basically saying you're not a man and I want to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but right from the get-go, it's just a guy saying basically you're not a man.
Yeah. And Chris Brown also makes his living a lot different than I do. Like his image is so much, Team Breezy, like he's a cool guy. Dude, I'm a mush.
You're a cool guy, Jimmy.
Thank you. I'm Fonzie cool. But I mean, when these UFC fighters comes in, all I do is act like a groveling fruit. Like I'm very, very upfront with the fact that I'm not a fighter. I'm not a tough dude. I got a big mouth.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
What do they call you, Jimmy?
The cocksucker? Oh, wait. What's that?
The what?
The quick tapping kid.
Yes, I'm the quick tapping kid.
How's the arm?
All right, punch it out, guys.
Bruce
Forehead.
Bradley.
It's getting worse?
No, it's probably healing up now. I would love to get it punched again. Here.
Why would you love to get it punched again? Jesus, look at that bruise.
That's a good
fucked
one.
up.
Looks like an eagle tattoo.
I
Almost.
love the fact that you got a penis bruise on your arm.
I know, it's funny.
It looks
Thank
exactly
God he didn't punch
like
my
a
chin.
fucking penis.